Every time Anwar looks at her brother, she bursts out crying and turns away. She is covered in shrapnel wounds from head to toe. Her 3-year-old brother Mahmoud is fighting for his life. Covered in bandages and barely conscious, he has shrapnel in his neck and in his stomach. The children were sleeping when an Israeli missile struck their home in a residential area several kilometers from the border with Israel. In a room nearby, their mother lay in agony. She was also hurt in the blast.
It was late at night. The kids were sleeping next to us because they were afraid of the sound of the airstrikes. Then the missile struck. The children screamed and everyone was covered in blood.
10-year-old Basil was playing with his cousins on the roof of his home when it was struck by an Israeli missile. He has severe injuries. While we were filming, he woke up for the first time since his surgery. Struggling to speak, he asked for some water. His father told us 3 of Basil's cousins who were playing with him were killed by that strike. His son still doesn't know, and he's not sure how he's going to tell him. Since the start of the assault, over 2,000 Palestinians have been injured. These hospitals are stretched beyond capacity. Don't forget that there has been an Israeli blockade in the Gaza Strip for several years, and so already medical supplies were only trickling in. Gaza City feels eerily empty. Few cars and even fewer people. Since the ground incursion and heavy bombardment, many have been too afraid to leave their homes. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the aim of the operation is to weaken Hamas's infrastructure and destroy their network of underground tunnels. Hundreds of rockets have been fired from Gaza by Palestinian fighters in the past 10 days, and Hamas say they have no intention of stopping. Netanyahu says he's going to expand the ground operation. Is Hamas ready for that?
We're not afraid of the expansion of the ground war, and we are confident that Netanyahu and his army will sink in the mud of Gaza.
Israeli troops are now around 2 kilometers inside Gaza, but this is just the beginning of Israel's ground offensive. Their so-called targeted strikes have already killed hundreds here, and the innocent have not been spared. Shireen Tadros, Sky News, Gaza City.